Welcome, everyone, to the Lifestyle Coaching Opportunity with Samantha and Shawna. Today, we are going to be going over a whole bunch of things so that you guys can get a feel for if lifestyle coaching would be a good fit for you. So you'll learn why we're here, how we're different, what we actually do on a day-to-day basis, how we earn money, and then next steps to get started. Before we get into all of that, we're going to introduce myself, Samantha Pencott, as well as Shawna Stewart. So my name is Samantha, and I have been coaching for almost 6 years, literally in 2 days, I think, on the 15th. I will have been coaching for 6 years, and it's crazy to look back on how and why I got started, but it was really a point in my life where I loved the gym, mostly because I saw it as a place to burn calories, and my goal was always to get slimmer thighs and a thigh gap and just lose all of the weight that I probably didn't even need to lose, but that's where my mindset was. And I was in this rut of going to the gym at least 5 or 6 days a week for at least an hour and a half, mostly 2 hours. And I would just run as my little legs would take me as far as they would go, and then do the elliptical and then do the bike, mostly because I didn't know how to use the equipment. And I truly thought that cardio was the way to lose weight and to get skinnier. At the same time, my nutrition was either super restrictive. I always wanted to eat about 1,200 calories because that's what they say, to never go below or else you go into starvation mode or something. But truth be told, I was in the mindset of eat less and you'll lose more. So I was really eating about 1,000 calories a day. I remember sometimes I was obsessed with MyFitnessPal, and it was like 900 calories the whole day, which is just crazy. But on the days opposite of that, if I wasn't restricting by that much, I was binging even more so. And there was a cafe next to my office, and I would go and get these blondies. It's like a brownie blondie combo. I would get that and just over the top binging. So the serious binge restrict. And one day I went home, I think it was over Thanksgiving break, and ran into a friend who looked amazing since college. I think she lost 20 pounds. And I was like, what are you doing? Because clearly it's working. And she told me an at-home workout program. Now, she's not a coach or anything. She just fell in love with a program called Turbo Fire. That's definitely dating me if you've ever heard of that. But it was with kickboxing at home. And my biggest concerns were I would get dizzy because I was so in the gym world. I would go to classes there too, of course, cardio classes. And I was nervous that at home workouts, I would get dizzy by the screen staying in one place, but me jumping up and down. So stupid, but that was my biggest concern. As well as I didn't think that the trainers would be as motivating as people at the gym and the whole atmosphere. But she looked so amazing that I decided to do it anyways. And so I did it, and I loved it. The workouts were only between, there was one 15-minute workout. Otherwise, it was 20 minutes to 50 minutes. And keep in mind, I was used to an hour and a half to 2 hours at the gym. And so I was just asking my coach all the time, are you sure you shouldn't? Are you sure that I shouldn't be running more or doing this extra? She's like, just trust the program. And I remember after 1 week, I felt way better. After 2 weeks, I started to see a difference in my body. And the third week was when I stopped weighing myself, not consciously. I just I got to a point where I just felt so good that I didn't need the number on the scale to tell me how good that I felt or what I should wear that day and all of that stuff. And so at the end of each of those videos, there's a sizzle reel, if you will, about coaching. And it just shows this annual summit event, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And about you work out with trainers, and it's this huge community, and it's just an amazing feel. And I was like, I want to be a part of that. And I did have a full-time job. I was a project lead at General Electric, and it was a great job. But at the end of the day, it was just Excel work and training people and things like that. So I decided to give it a go. And I told myself, if I didn't earn back my investment after 6 months, or if I just wasn't having fun, I would quit, and I wouldn't have any hurt feelings about it at all, because I hate quitting things. But 6 years later, here I am, and I'll talk more about my income progression later on. That's a little bit about me. Shawna, take it away. Tell us more about where you came from.
Okay, so I'm Shawna, and I've been coaching for about a year and a half now. And I originally signed up as a discount coach just so that going forward, I could kind of look into the supplements and the pre-workouts that we had to offer and all of the other goodies. And my two main goals really weren't, I had nothing to do with coaching at the time. It was all about losing the weight. And my biggest thing was I didn't want to struggle to stand up off the ground anymore. And that sounds crazy, but like that was my rock bottom kind of. And I mean, a little background about me, I've kind of been on both sides of the spectrum. I cheered in high school and in college, so I've always been pretty physically fit. But coming home from college, I would spend 5 to 6 days in the gym, and I refused to leave the gym if I didn't burn 1,000 calories. So I was doing the cardio, I was doing pump classes, I was pushing myself to the limit. And I mean, I was meal prepping, but like I was completely clueless about what I was doing. And didn't help that I was going out on the weekends and binging on drinking and pizza and brunch. So I kind of was just at a standstill. There was no results coming from it. And then I kind of found myself in a really unhealthy relationship, and I turned to food. So I would eat to avoid conversation. I would eat a really heavy dinner so that when I got home, I would go to bed. And I was just eating absolutely terribly. So I did something super crazy, and I did the Omnutrition diet. And if you don't know what the Omnutrition diet is, it is a low calorie, high supplement based diet. I was eating like 1,000 calories a day, no physical activity. And I was taking supplements to nourish my body because I was no longer producing things or breaking things down naturally. So I needed to take a pill to do that. And I lost 13 to 15 pounds on it, but I also like ruined my hair in the process. Just because you're stripping yourself from all of those natural nutritions that you're supposed to be having. So I kind of went back to my old ways, and I found myself at my heaviest of like 177.7 pounds. And that number is like drilled into my head and it will never leave. So I kind of knew that I needed to do something. And it was the end of 2017 when I was cleaning my apartment and I was standing on the floor and I went to go stand up and like I fell over. And I just like laid there and cried. And I was like, how did I get here? Like, this is it, Shawna. Like, this is your rock bottom. So I kind of made the decision in March of 2018 that I was going to move so that my income or my bills were like cut in half. That way I could invest in myself and I could invest in my health for the most part. So when my coach reached out to me for like the 1 millionth and one time, I finally was ready to say yes. I mean, I watched her for years and saw her results, and I was like, I want those. I want to be her. So I signed up in April 2018, or I think at the end of February of 2018. And I started an 80-day program right out the gate. And it wasn't until like I mean, I was always sharing my journey, but it wasn't until people started really asking me like, okay, you look great. What is going on? Like, how are you doing this? And I kind of thought to myself, I'm already kind of doing all this. Why not coach? And I thought, what do I have to lose? And I answered my own question with absolutely nothing because I was already spending the money on myself. I wasn't really doing anything more. The only thing I needed to do was spend a little bit more time into this. And really, I had everything to gain. And even the income was nothing that really pushed me to coach. It's a blessing to have. And I absolutely, at the time, I kind of needed it because I was working a low pay job. So I really needed it. But helping people is what really drove me to start coaching. I mean, I know how I felt at my lowest point, and I know how I feel now at my best. And I'm like, that right there is why I started coaching and started helping people, really.
I love that. I feel like our stories are super similar, but also like I totally joined for the income and the trips and whatnot. And you're just such a sweet soul that truly wants to help people, which I do too. I think that's definitely a requirement. You have to want to pay it forward and whatnot. But I love it.
I mean, it's definitely a huge perk when you get to go to the beach or something, right?
Yeah. All right, good. So let's go back to exactly what we do. So we first and foremost, as you heard from just Shawna and I, we focus on our own journey and we share it on social media. What this means is we have online wellness groups or accountability groups, whatever you'd like to phrase it as, on Facebook, or there's an app, and you just commit to yourself and your own goals and your own fitness and your nutrition, and you share it on social media. Sharing it on social media does not mean you have to be perfect. Yes, share your non-scale victories. Share the days that you eat broccoli. But people can relate to the days where you skip your workout, where you eat brownies and coffee all day long, where you don't do the healthy things. So just sharing truly the good days and the bad days, but also remember, this is lifestyle coaching. We don't want just fitness and nutrition on your feed. And if you go to Shawna or my Instagram pages, you'll see just that. You'll see friends. And I think yesterday I did one about how much I love fall. So it's not only fitness and nutrition. Say that's kind of the same bullet point as the next one. Just participate in the wellness group to get the full experience. Then we expand our network. Shawna and I mostly do this on Instagram, but you can also do it on any other platform that you want, even in person. Then we form friendships. We just learn more about the people that we're meeting, see if they have similar interests to us. And then we invite people to learn more about the accountability group and or the coaching opportunity, which is why you guys are listening today. So just being open to asking people, hey, would this be up your alley or not? If not, no worries. Just wanted to throw it out there. So super casual. And like Shawna was saying, her coach reached out to her a million times, and that 1,000,001th time, she was finally ready. Same thing for me. When my coach reached out to me, it didn't take me that long. It took me, I would say, 2 months of her reaching out to me and then me finally being ready. My twin sister, it took her 2 years before she saw me see some pretty great success with this whole coaching thing. And she was finally like, okay, I'm in. So circling back and reaching back out, because you never know when the right time is for all of the people that you're talking to. All of the things I just covered, you guys, is on what we call a business activity tracker. So if you're a to-do list type person, you will love this because it tells you what to do, how many to do, how to do it, all of that good stuff. And we have trainings in our team pages about how to do all of those things. So know that you're not supposed to know how to do any of that right now. It should feel uncomfortable when I say those things because, I mean, if it doesn't, that's great, but you've never done it. So we'll teach you everything. Now, the time commitment for that really varies. For myself, when I started, I was working full time, and I would use my mornings to get in my workout, plug into that wellness group, really just plan my day. And then my full lunch hour, I would stay sitting at my desk, and I would do those activities to expand, make friendships, invite people. And then about 30 minutes at night, I would just respond to messages, and if nobody responded to me, I would just send out more and talk to more people. So I was putting in about an hour and a half a day in the beginning. Now I'm a full-time coach, which was never my intention, but just doing that for a year and a half helped me get to the point where I could do this. So Shawna, what does it look like for you though? Because you still work full-time. So how much time do you put into your business each day or week on average?
So my mornings, pretty much basically kind of like what you were doing. I get up in the morning, I check my, my feeds and stuff, my messages, and I kind of go through those. I connect with people, in my chunks of my morning. And I started doing, I get up a little bit earlier now and I get that in. And then on my lunch break, depending on how my work day is really going, I definitely try to get that half an hour lunch break in, or even 15 minutes, something while I'm, out during the day. And then my nights are definitely where I pretty much do most of my work, if you will. That's when I come home, I do my workouts, I share my stories, stuff like that. So a lot of my connecting and actually talking to people is a lot at night. And I do a lot on the weekends, just because I have that limited time during the week with working. Fridays are a great day because I get like a half day on Fridays. So Fridays are a really great day. And I kind of get to connect with people before the weekend too. And I kind of like to listen to like what other people are doing for the weekend. So that's fun.
I love it. So just here and there, and then utilizing the time that you do have on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get those misconceptions out of the way. First of all, these are basically the questions that we hear most often when people are considering joining our team. First is that they're nervous because they're not fit yet. They still have weight to lose or muscle to build and things like that. You do not have to be fit to be a coach, you guys. If anything, in this day and age, it's all about real time. People don't want to see you pop up on Instagram one day and be like, look at me, I've lost 10 pounds or 100 pounds or whatever. They want to see you on day one. They want to see your struggles and your successes and be a part of your journey. So I say if you have goals to reach, start now so you can start sharing that with your followers and help them see your journey and want to be a part of it, just like Shawna did. Second question, I actually don't hear this very often, but it was one of my biggest concerns, is that it was a pyramid scheme. So a couple things, pyramid schemes, there's actually no products and services being sold. And obviously with Beachbody, there's workouts and meal plans and supplements and all of these services that we have to offer. And another thing with pyramid schemes is when people sign up without anything, you make money off of every single person that signs up, and the people beneath you can never earn as much as you do or more than that. That would never be a thing because you get paid for people signing up below you, basically. Now with coaching, it's really amazing because if someone decides they want to sign up as a coach without anything, we don't benefit. It's truly our job to take you in and to mentor you and help you be successful. Now, if you do decide to get signed up with a bundle, we'll talk more about how we get paid later, but we would get compensated for that. And the most amazing thing is that your income is not capped based on when you sign up or who you sign up under or any of that. You can earn as much or as little as you want to based on the work that you put in. And I know that I'm earning more money than people who signed up before me. And one of my favorite stats to share is that there's a coach right on our team that's maybe like 3 levels beneath me, I think. And her income is almost as much as mine, which I love. It is my goal to have everyone on our team earning my level or surpass me. That would be amazing. So it's definitely not a pyramid scheme. Another one is that you're not a good salesperson, so you don't think that you would be good at this. I'm going to flip it and tell you guys that I have had people join our team that say they are a good salesperson, so they think they're going to be really good at this, and they're not the people that do really well in this. Even though I shared that I did want to earn an income at this to pay off student loans and all of these things, I never thought of each person as a sale, and I think that's why I've been successful. If you're not a good salesperson, that's great because you're not going to treat it like a sales job. You're going to treat it like a lifestyle journey and helping people along the way. Last but not least, you don't need any social media experience. I was the person on Facebook that posted on the holidays, was happy Thanksgiving, everyone, like little things like that. I would never like somebody's post. I would never comment on people's posts. I had started an Instagram page, but it was only my cat. So you don't have to be good at social media. We will teach you everything that you need to do. Who would be a good fit? We truly believe that anyone would be a good fit as long as you are coachable, you're willing to take our tips, and you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone because it's going to be uncomfortable at times because you've probably never done any of this before. But as long as you're embracing that and willing to put in work and be consistent over time, then you would be amazing. Hidden perks to joining this business. You instantly, and I mean instantly, like the day that you sign up, we add you into our team page and you gain a positive, motivated, uplifting, encouraging family of real people that are going through similar struggles as you and just pushing for a bigger life than they currently have with you. Also, annual luxury vacations. As I've mentioned, I definitely signed up for the trips. These trips, I went on my first trip and I still remember every single ounce of it. They just spoil the crap out of you, and it's all inclusive, and you work out with celebrity trainers, and you get to meet a lot of the coaches that you talk to on a day-to-day basis in real life. It's just amazing. You also get monthly swag to encourage your success, things like hats and tank tops and books and things like that. Also, free business coaching. We'll get into that in a little bit, but that comes for free. I just got back from a pretty expensive conference that I paid for, and there was one speaker that talked all about social media training. And at the end, he pitched what he was selling, which was about $3,000 for his social media training. And you guys, I was sitting in that audience being like, check, I know this, check, I know this, check, I know. Like, we do everything that he covered, but it's free in our coaching world. Also, personal growth and development. This is a huge perk because I never did any of this before I started coaching, but we heavily stress growing yourself first and your mindset as well as your health. So that's a huge perk that you're going to see it transform. And also accountability for your own health. I saw so much progress on my own, but I was scared to death that I was going to lose it, that I was going to go back to binging and restricting or gain weight. And so it's a lot of accountability to just stay true to your own health. So how we're different. First and foremost, we have a comprehensive approach. There are a lot of companies out there that have just a couple things that they offer. We offer everything, nutrition, even nutrition like as in meal plans, but also nutrition courses that you can learn from, tons of different styles of workout, supplementation to enhance all of that, mindset and support. Also, as I've mentioned, there's free coaching, not only the coaching that will teach you, but also there's nutrition certifications if people want to get certified. Those annual summit events. We just got back from Indianapolis, and next year it's in New Orleans, and that's where it's tons of training to help you improve your business, but also team bonding and even more working out with the celebrity trainers and quarterly events. It's actually happening in a couple weeks. They're all over the US, Canada, and UK. And you learn from other coaches what's working, you get business updates, and you do a workout with people in your area, which is really nice because so much of what we do is online. So that's a fun event to go to. And last but not least, we have been around for 20 years and 10 years of scientifically based nutrition and workout programs. We are a $1.3 billion company. And the thing that I most recently love about our success is that we transform as we find bigger and better things. So one supplement of ours is Shakeology. Shawna and I drink it every single day, and it's amazing for digestion and hair, skin, and nails, and energy and cravings and things like that. But it does that because of all of the digestive enzymes and fiber and probiotics and prebiotics and all this amazing stuff in it. And at Summit, we just learned that they found a better source of fiber that's way more fiber, that they're swapping out what we currently have and putting more fiber in it. And they found a new ingredient in Africa that's super potent that they're adding into it as well. And the price is staying the same. So we always are finding like the newest trainer, the newest ingredient that will enhance what we already have. So you're probably asking yourself, how do we get paid? Tell me all about the income. So you make income in 4 different ways, really. First is commission off of sales. We earn between 25% and 40% off of anything that you sell. We also have team building, and that's where if you choose to grow a team, which again, we are here to mentor you on how to do that. You also earn weekly bonuses based on your team. And as you keep growing your team, there's matching bonuses and then quarterly bonuses. Every single quarter, they throw money out at you just for leading and mentoring your own team. Now, one other thing I want to point out is that we are a heavy back-end income system. What that means, front end are those companies that you see out there that's like claiming that you can earn like $1,000 in your first day or $2,000 your first week. The income is heavy on the front end just to get you in. Once you're in, it goes downhill. We're proud to say that we are heavy on the back end, meaning we don't make any claims like that. You can definitely earn income your very first week of coaching, but the more consistent you are with doing all of the activities that we've mentioned, the more you're going to build a solid residual income that you can count on because it's heavy on the back end. It all compounds. So we're really proud about that part. So what you need to do to be successful, if you do decide to sign up, one, you have to fall in love with your progress, fall in love with the products and our supplements and things like that. Now, we're not saying you need to use everything of ours. If you want to, awesome, you'll be a groupie like Shawna and I. But if you like CrossFit, do CrossFit. We can totally enhance your workouts with Energize and Recover. And, we'll help you find what's best for you based on what you're looking for. But falling in love with your journey and staying committed to your journey. 2, authentically share your journey like we've already talked about. 3, invite people on your journey with you. And 4, we say get 3 to 5 people started each month on their own journey, and we'll teach you how to do that. So when you join our team, what can you expect? What type of support and team culture can you expect? We have weekly calls that are actually hosted by corporate and top coaches every Monday. Also, every Monday and Wednesday, just our team has team calls. Mondays are more so for new coaches, helping you guys get started right and sharing what's working well within our businesses. Wednesdays is what we call a power hour, but there's no alcohol involved. It's where one of the leaders on our team teaches what's going really well, and then we all take action on it and do it. There's always, always, always support. You will never just be added to our team then left to do it all on your own. You have your upline support, but also support from our team page and any of the coach. We're all willing to help, and we love that about our team. So how to get started, just contact Shawna or myself, or if there's a different coach that sent you to this webinar, just reach out to us and we will help you find a challenge pack or a bundle that fits best based on your needs. Now the bundles do cost money and they vary so drastically. So all I'm going to leave you with here right now is that the coach enrollment fee to sign up is $39.95. And we say that very lightly because if you get a bundle, you don't even pay that. If you are in the military or a spouse of someone that's in the military or a veteran, you don't have to pay that. If you're already a discount member, you don't have to pay that. So we say that lightly. Really reach out to us and we'll help you find what best fits your needs. And the only required recurring fee every month is about $16. And that covers everything from inventory to coach relations, to infomercials that you see, to all of the websites that we have hosted, all of that. It's only $16 a month, and that would start next month for you. And lastly, get excited about what you're deciding to do to join our team. Get clear on why quitting is not an option, why you're going to give it your all in this. If you really go all in and dive into the community and the work, your life can be completely different than what it is today in all of the best ways. So what we'll leave you guys with is kind of a what if scenario. Now, what if you sign up and maybe you don't help anyone. You don't make any sales. You don't earn the free. I forgot to talk about income. I'll talk about that too. And you don't earn any of the free trips, but you help somebody. And you help someone, maybe they didn't sign up, but they maybe aren't considering suicide anymore, or they've found they're eating more vegetables and feel so much better. And it was somebody that you never even knew in your close circle that they were struggling, you never even knew. That's the worst case scenario. You still get healthy. You're still an inspiration to people. In best case, you sign up and you help those people and you feel healthy, but you also help all the people and get them signed up and earn the free trips and grow a solid business to the point where you can leave your full-time job if you want, or you can use that to travel, or you can really challenge yourself to dream bigger than you have before. And that's truly what I've been able to do. It was never my intention. My intention was to earn $150 a month, just because that seemed like a lot to put towards my student loans. And after doing all the things that we've talked about for a year and a half consistently, I matched my full-time job's income. And that was the same timeline that I went on my very first free trip. And I got to the trip and I realized lots of people coach full-time just because they have the income to do it if they wanted. And it wasn't just these top coaches that have been doing that. And so that was when the bug got in my head of, could I coach full-time? Like, I just grew up thinking I'd be in the corporate world and wear high heels every day and things like that. But it got in my head and I said, if I can continue to grow my income and solid for the next 6 months and start doubling my income, then I would do it. And 6 months later, I doubled my income at my full-time job, left that full-time job, and now I've been coaching full-time for about 4 years, which is crazy. But I mean, it's allowed us to do so many things, from moving to Boston and back to my hometown and now in Maine, and travel. I'm going to a leadership conference next week in Phoenix. So things I never imagined happened because of coaching. And it's been the best gift ever for me. And we love paying it forward to help you guys realize that too. So with all of that being said, if you guys have any questions about what we covered, please reach out to us. We are open books and we're willing to answer anything, and also help find that bundle or whatever is the best way for you guys to get signed up on our team. But thank you guys so much for hopping on. Shawna, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And have an amazing day, you guys.
Thank you. Bye.